What we need to do, as I mentioned earlier, but just to reiterate, there are organisations that people will know about, global organisations as well as many national organisations, that are doing tremendous work in this sort of field. But they are in general pretty isolated and very siloed in what they're doing. And what we are trying very hard to do is not take over and control all of these organisations, but to lead a convergence over time so that really something concrete comes out of it. You know, the work that is going on, surveys that are done in New Zealand, work that's done in South Africa, where actually there's legislation, things that have happened in Denmark, and in all other places around the world. What we need to make sure is these are not isolated silos. You know, I'm reiterating myself, but hopefully the point is being made. We want to use all of that so that we can bring it all together and make sure that there is a common drive that moves the whole thing forward rapidly. We do have a goal, a short-term goal, and that short-term goal is to address the G20 governments in France in 2011. November 2011 is a key goal for us with the establishment of the IIRC. We intend at that meeting to have the G20 governments effectively approve, authorise, recognise the IIRC so that it can move into a new phase as an organisation with real credibility and clout, so that it is not just those interested parties that are pushing it forward, but actually has a broader based political support. We have a distinct work plan in the next few months and the next year certainly, and that's based around three main themes. One, of course, is to develop the integrated framework, which everybody's waiting for, and we will try very hard to develop as quickly as possible. The second stream is to make sure that piece of that engagement and communications piece, the collaboration across the world, is something that is taken very seriously. And I have to say that from a personal point of view, I think that's possibly even more important than the technical work in the framework, because we can, you know, it's a bit like the best product out there doesn't necessarily win the battle. We do need to make sure that everybody is going down the same road. And as I mentioned right at the beginning, we also have to address the area of governance and the whole nomination process. But all of these things are possible and are feasible. We need resources, we need help, and we seem to be an initiative that is really going to succeed. And I hope that I'll be talking to you in a year's time with a big smile on my face. Thank you.